Hello students, we were discussing the subject called environmental science, in that the unit the water and the soil pollution, and in that too we were discussing the water pollution. So in this video we are going to study the different contents, like the types of water pollutants. In previous video we have discussed the type of the water pollution. Here we are going to discuss the types of the water pollutants, the characteristics of water pollutants, and the controlling measures of the water pollution. So we'll discuss in detail in further slides. The first thing we will be discussing is the types of water pollutants. So the water pollution, it is been happening because of these water pollutants. It might be the different chemicals, it might be some type of solids. In those we have three types of solids: the suspendable solids, dissolved solids, and the colloidal solids. Where these colloidal solids we cannot separate it by regular methods. So for that we have different methods to separate the colloidal particles. So now we will be discussing the different types of the water pollutants. The first thing we will be discussing this chemicals, pathogens, and the physical changes. In the sense, the chemicals. These chemicals, those are very harmful to the human body, or it might be very harmful to the nature. Those chemicals, if they enter the water, they are going to mingle, or they are going to bond with the water, and it starts eroding or corroding the body of the nature, or it might be the human beings. Similarly, the pathogens, these are the microorganisms which are present in the nature, and those pathogens, they are going to harm the body of the nature, or it might be the body of the humans. And the physical changes, because of these two, there are chances of changing of the physical characteristics of any of the natural body, or it might be human body. Next, the high concentrations of naturally occurring substances. High concentration in the sense, हमारे जो पूर्वज थे वो बोलते रहते हैं कि कुछ भी ज़्यादा हुआ तो वो हमारे शरीर के लिए हानिकारक है. In Kannada there is a saying, ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಅಮೃತನು ವಿಷ ಆಗ್ತದಂತೆ. Similar way, any type of chemicals, or it might be some type of dissolvable solids, if they are more in concentration, or high in concentration, or high in percentage comparing to the quantity of the water, it will be hazard to the any organism, or it might be the nature. Next, the oxygen depleting substances. Oxygen depleting substances. Nowadays, the consequences, it's been happening because of this COVID, the coronavirus disease. Because of if any COVID patient, if you are going to check, it's been seen that this COVID virus, it is going to attack the respiratory organs, just like the nose, throat, and the lungs. So whatever this coronavirus or the COVID, it is been seen, it is going to attack, or it is going to deplete the oxygen level in our body. Because of that, there are several deaths it's been happening, and several patients they are being admitted in the hospitals, and they are going to the medical peoples, the doctors, nurses, they are supplying oxygen more more times, such that the virus it is being killed. Similar way, here in the water, if you find this oxygen depleting substances, then it leads to the water pollution. Next, the other natural and the anthropogenic substances. Anthropogenic substance, in the sense it is the humanly created substances. It is knowingly or it's unknowingly it's been created. If you have been seen the movie Dashawataram, there that monkey it is going to inhale that gas which is been stored in a bottle. It's been broken, and it's been what we say, वो हवा में रहता है, वो जो बंदर रहता है, वो बंदर जो हवा में जो वायरस रहता है वो इनहेल करता है, और जो भी इंटरेक्शन होता है और जो भी उसका बॉडी में चेंजेस होता है उसको हम बोलते हैं एंथ्रोपोजेनिक सब्सटेंसेस। तो उसी के कारण जो भी होता है वो हमारे शरीर को अच्छा नहीं है। तो जो भी हम क्रिएट करते हैं या हम जो भी बनाते हैं वो हमारे कंट्रोल में रहना है। सिमिलर वे द कोविड-19, it is not under control of the human beings. It is just like the fever and the cold. Because of this rainy season and the winter season, there is a change in the atmospheric or the climatic changes. Because of that, we used to feel that there is less immune system in our body. Because of that, we used to find this fever and the cold, and later having some medicines that will help in improvising our immune system. Similar way, these other natural and the anthropogenic substances, these must be controlled by the nature, or it might be by the human beings, that will help in improving or reducing the water pollutions. Next, the acidity. You might be studied in your science that acidity, in the sense it is the pH value which is less than 6.5 or the 7, and electrical conductivity, temperature, and the eutrophication. Electrical conductivity, you have been studied this physical science, where there are plus charges and the minus charges. Similarly, the temperature, the room temperature, we used to say it as 25 to 27 degrees Celsius, and when it comes to the body temperature of any human being, it will be around 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. And when it comes to the high fever, I mean this, in the sense the normal fever, it will be around 42 to 43 degrees Celsius. If it we say it as the high fever, then we will be saying it as 50 degrees Celsius. And we used to say, the doctor used to say that the brain fever in the sense it is around 50 degrees Celsius. There, this virus is going to attack our neural connections, where it is going to attack the brain, and it starts creating some type of dizziness and just like feeling sleepy. Next, the eutrophications. Eutrophication in the sense it is uh, the growing of this algae or the what do we say that we I'm unable to say that. In Kannada we say it as the naikode. So these things it should be controlled by this nature. Next, the depending on the degree of eutrophication, as I have said. Next, we will be understanding these characteristics of water pollutants, how these water pollutants act on this water. The recreation benefits are much more important for water pollution control than for air pollution control. Next, the large economies of scale in treating waste create the possibility for large centralized treatment plants as one control strategy, while for air pollution, on-site control is the standard approach. Next, many causes of water pollution are much more difficult to trace to a particular source. So in that we have been categorized as major diffuse source of water pollution, that is runoff from streets and agriculture, as well as atmospheric deposition of pollutants, and control of those sources adds additional complexities for water pollution control. Next, we will be discussing the control of water pollution. First, the municipal wastewater treatment. In further units, we will be discussing the solid waste management. There, we will be understanding what is this municipal wastewater treatment. On-site sanitation and safely managed sanitation. Sanitation, nowadays you might be understood what is this sanitation it means. Sanitation, it is the taking care of ourselves using some what do we say is the external methods. It might be using your sanitizers, or it might be using your hand wash, or you might be taking 2 to 3 times the bath daily. If you go outside and come in, similar way this is one type of one type of the sanitation. It is being done for your health sake. Similarly, here on-site sanitation and safely managed sanitation. Here, the water you are going to sanitize with different methods, and it might be on-site in the sense wherever you find this point sources, there you will be sanitizing the wastewater, and later you will be letting go to that water flowing. Next, the agricultural wastewater treatment. Here there are different types: the non-point source controls and point source wastewater treatment. Next, the erosion and the sediment control from construction sites, discharge of toxic chemicals. It might be the industries, or it might be from your houses only, where you will be using different chemicals for washing your vessels, or it might be the chemicals it's been used for washing the toilet, bathrooms, or the floors of the house. And the control of urban runoff. The urban runoff, we will be controlling using the different methods, just like straining of these waters from the roads, or straining of these water from the pipelines, the wastewater pipelines, so on. There are different methods. We are just I am giving you some example regarding how to control this urban runoff. So this ends this video. Thank you. If you have any queries, please let me know. Thank you.